Good evening, everyone. You are most welcome. Thank you very much for attending our meeting tonight, our presentation tonight. My name is Habib Umar Kasule. I will be hosting the meeting tonight. My name is Habib Umar Kasule. I studied at Makerere University. I did a bachelor's in business administration, majored in entrepreneurship. I invested in CashTelex back in 2020, and the journey has been very tough, but here we are on our way to liberating 1 million households. We want to make 1 million millionaires in Africa, millionaires in US dollars. Patricia will be my presenter. She is going to be our presenter tonight. And I am very grateful to share the stage with her. She has a bachelor's degree in international relations and diplomatic studies, plus Chinese language. She majored in customer care. She's a customer care representative, Chinese and English teacher by profession. She is a public speaker, a trader, and an investor in CashTelex. And we are very grateful to have her on stage tonight. Thank you very much. Patricia, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good evening, everyone. As Habib has introduced me, Nampebe Patricia, Chinese translator with a bachelor's degree in international relations and diplomatic studies, as he has said. I'm so glad to share with you tonight about CashTelex. And I'm going to start with a very simple story with what is happening around the country. Hope everyone can hear me. Habib, can everyone hear me? Okay. So I'm going to start with a very simple short story of apparently everyone can just hear in Uganda, everyone's talking about planned kids, planned housewives, planned. It caught my attention and I was like, okay, what is really planned kids, planned households? And luckily, I thank God I have a planned friend that I got a chance to ask how did they become planned? Why am I saying planned? Because they literally don't work. They're always home at a point. They have few working hours, but they have a lifestyle everyone would want to have. So I asked him, how do you do it? And with all the story that we had, he told me about investment. His late grandparents and then father, they've been in different investment projects. And with this, apparently, right now, it's the grandkids that are enjoying the benefits. Even the fathers did, but now fully, because they're not working, but everything is always on the table. And it was all about investment. I will not share the different investment programs and projects he shared with me because it's a bit personal. But what I got to learn is we ought to invest in different things, but not only for our current situation, but also for generations. We ought to be putting our efforts into creating generational wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you CashTelex, because CashTelex, as we all know, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but rather a generational creating program, a project that we are going to create generational wealth of all centuries, starting from this near future to the future generations. When we look at this, I beg your pardon, once again. When we look at this graph right now, these are the poverty rates in Africa, the graph, and poverty projections. When you look at it very well, it is clearly indicated that 2040, there will be extreme poverty numbers. There will be extreme poverty numbers in all African countries. And we have good news here, that is CashTelex has come to fight that, has come to fight the poverty rates, the estimated poverty rates that are being shown right now, that it's going to be on an extreme. CashTelex has come. When you look at here at this slide, you're going to see we have high global hunger indexes in all African countries. Everywhere, no country is excluded. All African countries are going to be facing hunger and poverty rates. We're having high unemployment rate. This graph you can see here is 2022 graph. We got the data just recent. We're still in 2023. That means that we're still being affected with a 2022 unemployment rate. If we are still influenced by that, that means that unemployment rates are going to increase. But unemployment rates equals to hunger index, hunger index equals to high unemployment equals to poverty, high poverty rates. How are we going to do that? How are we going to fight all the poverty? How are we going to address it? A team sat down one day and they looked at this and they came up with CashTelex. CashTelex has come to help you to deal with all that. Yes, you might say, yes, we have heard of that and everything, but I appreciate the situation that, yes, you are an investor. Yes, right now you have your own investments, you have your own coins, but I need to argue that I need to tell you that being an investor does not only end on buying coins, but rather for you to also engage other people, engage your neighbors, engage your families, so that we can fight these rates, the high rates that you've seen from the charts, so that we can fight them, so that we can put them down and prove them wrong. That is through CashTelex. That is us, first of all, getting more coins, so that in case that comes through and you've told someone about CashTelex and they have not bought it, you can help a family. But not to reach there, how are you going to stand in place? And you tell others as an investor and you convince them that you need to buy more coins, that you need to invest in CashTelex, so that you fight hunger indexes, so that you fight unemployment, so that you can fight poverty. CashTelex is what we have been saying, and it's what we're continuing to say. And with this, CashTelex has an ecosystem that you've been hearing about from the former presentations. We have an ecosystem. You might be wondering, how is CashTelex going to help me fight the poverty? How is CashTelex going to help my generations to come? Because it's a generational wealth creation project. How is it going to help me? CashTelex is a coin, as it's asset backed. It is backed by different assets. With that, what am I saying? That you are not going to lose any of your investments. You are not going to wake up one day and you say, you know what? I invested, just like Bitcoin, for those traders that know that Bitcoin dropped and we're just now recovering. CashTelex is not going to face that, because we have come to break the chains of poverty. So if we are breaking the chains, it's going to be a continuous recycle that doesn't need to break down. That's why we have the assets backed to this coin, to our very precious coin. And that is our CashTelex ecosystem. In our ecosystem, what do we have? We have CashTelex Exchange. We have CashTelex Cities. We have money remittances. We have CashTelex Gold Stores. We have CashTelex Mobile Wallet. We have trading options. We have CashTelex Go Online Shopping. What is that? All these assets that are going to be helping us to bring returns into our system, to bring incomes, to bring dividends that are going to be used on a daily basis. And briefly, let me take you through with our ecosystem. We have the CashTelex City. How is the CashTelex City going to be? It's going to be like a homestead. It's actually not going to be like, but it's going to be a homestead of different people, a homestead that brings people together, that is going to be, and apparently all units are very reserved. In our CashTelex City, we're going to be having medical centers. We are going to be having sports facilities, eco market, kindergartens, of course, with well-defined roads, paved roads, recreation gardens. we having gold stores. As I've told you, it's part of the ecosystem. You wish to own gold. You would wish also your neighbors to own gold. How would you do it? We're going to be having gold stores. With these gold stores, you will be able to go and invest in gold and buy gold, own it, sleep with it on your bed. Isn't that awesome? We're going to be having, we have in our ecosystem, we have money remittances. What is money remittances? That is sending money around the world. Apparently, it's a little bit difficult to send money from an African country to even other African countries and other international countries around the world. It is very hard. But we have money remittances. Those are all under the ecosystem. And if you're under CashTelex, you bring in your neighbors under CashTelex, they're going to be enjoying this benefit because they're going to be easily sending money from one country to another without disturbances, without third parties. In our ecosystem, we have CashTelex Go. CashTelex Go, apparently, I can compare it with Jumia. We are going to be having online shopping. Most of our Ugandans, even you that are listening to me, you know very well it is always much easier when you're sitting at the comfort of your bed and you try and you buy something online and it is delivered to you on your doorstep. So this is CashTelex Go. In our ecosystem, we have CashTelex Go, whereby you are going to be ordering anything around the world, anything, and it's going to be brought on your doorstep. And the beauty about it, for all those that are going to be having CashTelex coin, including those that you're going to bring up through and they get coins, they're going to be getting 50% discount off of any order they make around the world. Isn't that a beautiful thing? We also have our exchange. Our exchange is whereby you can exchange your shillings. For example, you're having Nigerian money, you want to get Ugandan money, you can just go to the exchange and do that. We're going to be exchanging different currencies. We're going to also, you're going to be able to make sure that you can trade on our exchange with different currencies, with different coins. That will be beautiful. And with all that said, from our ecosystem, it's going to bring us to what we call for, that is fighting for against poverty, against hunger indexes, high hunger indexes. And when you look at this, we have our sources of revenue from our ecosystem. We have digital bank services. You're going to find it in our ecosystem that I've just taken you through briefly. You're going to be having global mobile money services. That means that you're going to be sending money at your convenient time, at your pace, on your own device, on your laptop, on your smartphone. We're having real estate. Real estate, everyone, if you know real estate, that is the CashTelex cities. They are houses that bring in income. We have gold stores. We're going to be trading real-time gold on real-time basis. We have our e-commerce platform, that is the CashTelex, as I've told you. All these platforms, all these are sources of revenue from our ecosystem that are going to be providing us with incomes that are going to help us throughout our existence of our life and our generations to come. When you look at this table, it's a conservative projection. As we CashTelex teams that we sat down, actually it is the very lowest. We looked at the minimum prices and we said in year one, if you have $5 and $5 is the number of CashTelex that you have, that is 1,000. Value in USD, that is $5,000. A dollar per se right now is 3,700. That means that your value in Ugandan shillings, we have used the Ugandan shillings table, but even the Nigerian table, you will get to see it. That means that you'll be having 18 million and 500 shillings, just like that, without stressing, without sweating, without anything, and the money is on the table. Isn't that a beautiful thing? You watch your money grow on a time basis, on your phone, in your own convenience. Benefits of investing in CashTelex and also telling your friends and neighbors and families into this. There is a daily income from a ratio of 20 to 80% of profit sharing. Of course, the 80% goes to our dear company that we're building up as investors. And then the 20% will be shared as our daily dividends. on a daily basis. That means that if you're going to be earning money every evening, 5 p.m., on a daily basis, every day you're going to be earning some money without stressing, but just investing. You invested your cash, and now you're just going to benefit from it. We have capital gains, that is value growth of your CashTelex. Apparently, when you check our chart, our CashTelex may be like $1 for right now, or a $0.50, because we're now benefiting because it has just come through. But just imagine when all the ecosystem is on board, when we have officially projected everything and we have kickstarted everything. Do you think that now the value of CashTelex is just going to be a $0.50? I bet so. It's not going to be like that. You are going to be watching your CashTelex grow in value at your convenience every day. Every day you're going to see yourself like, today I have my CashTelex are worth $5. Then the next day they'll be worth $10. And mind you, CashTelex is not going to stop at African level. It is going to go international. Chinese, Japanese, Americans, they're going to come through for this coin. You are going to be an investor owning a coin that you are going to also first breathe to sell it at your own estimated value. We are going to have 40% discount for all the products on CashTelex Go. With that, what do I mean? You ought to be having more than enough CashTelex so that you can enjoy this benefit. Like you have your coins on your phone or on your exchange, on your platform, and you want to buy something on your wallet. Your wallet is filled with coins. You want to buy something. You buy a laptop, an Apple laptop that could charge you like 2 million, and you're going to get it like at 1.3. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Please, for those that have coins, I urge you to just get more coins so that you can enjoy all these benefits at once, you know. And then we're also going to be having medical insurances for health, because we've seen the indexes showing us being a poor, all begging. That means that if you're poor, it means that you're going to beg for something to eat. You would want to beg. You would want medicals. And you don't have money. With CashTelex, you're going to be having free medical insurance on top of that. Isn't that a beautiful thing when you feel sick at midnight and then you go to hospital and then you know that already the bills are settled? Please, I urge you to get more. There is going to be when you invest in CashTelex, you're going to be able to provide food at your home, on your table, accommodation, clothing, good health. Why am I saying that? Because you're going to be having the money that is going to be coming through on a daily basis. Even when you're sick, you're not going to be worried that your family is not going to have something on the table. Even when you are disabled, God forbid, but things happen in life, you will not have to worry because everything will be set. Apparently, we are targeting, apparently we are targeting 1 million African households and more later on. 1 million households. Dear investors, apparently we have not yet hit the 1 million African households that we're looking at. But you are there with your coins and investments. You are not talking to your neighbor about it. How are you going to feel when you are, for example, a grandfather and a grandmother, and your household is filled with all the daily provision and everything, but your neighbors' kids and grandkids are just looking at you, and you're the only planned investor that didn't take a chance, that didn't bring in others on board to also be planned? Please think about it carefully. We need to target 1 million households. Dear investors, this is our company. This is our business. We need to bring in other people. Also wished the best. What are the requirements for you to participate in this, for you to get CashTelex? Is to be an investor, to be a planned person, to be a planned grandfather and having planned grandchildren. You just need your national ID. You need an email address. You need a smartphone, and of course, an investment. You see, even the money to start with is only as less as $60. $60, you start investing. You may say, but I don't know how to use a smartphone. I don't know how to use my laptop, or I don't have one. We have offices. We have offices for the Ugandan section. You can contact us through those numbers that you can see. We have a Telegram official platform. Telegram, we can address you about anything. And we also have physical offices. You can just come through to our offices and we help you through buy your CashTelex and become an investor. If you're having other people that you would want to bring forth on the platform, you can just contact us through our official Telegram platform, or you can just come to our offices. We'll gladly help you. Thank you so much for this time. Hope I've just said what you are supposed to follow. Apart from you being investors, I appreciate that those are those who are investors right now. But being an investor, that means that you're also holding CashTelex at hand and you're not being selfish. I expect you after this meeting to talk to your neighbors, to talk to your friends about CashTelex, about gaining more coins, about also planning for their future, also to have planned grandparents and grandkids and everything. A life that is full of provision, a life that is full of good health, a life that is full of peace is always a great life. Let's build a planned Africa. Thank you, Prof. All has been said. And as I'm closing this meeting, I would like to advise everyone, the Ugandan citizens, we are now out of luck of getting a unit with shares. Let's pray that we get an opportunity with the Nigerian project. For the rest of us that can't also access that, let's look at buying more coins, because let's not forget that we still have our CashTelex Go, whereby you'll be accessing all the products at a discount. 40% discount is crazy big discount. So let's continue getting more coins on our accounts. And apparently, in this presentation, we've been 40 people. If we are only 40, that means that we are a little bit selfish, because if we are only looking at Uganda as a country, we are more than 1 million. Africa-wise, that means that this platform is supposed to be hosting like more than 1 million people. We are only 45 and apparently only 35. It is a disservice to you as an investor, and it will hurt you more when time comes and you're really benefiting. If you're not selfish, when you're really benefiting and your neighbors are just looking on. So think wise, think twice, call in someone, tell them if they refuse, well and good. We many people in this world, others will come through, but when you've wished well. Thank you so much. Allow me to close up this meeting. All has been said. Hope the next presentation, I'm going to be seeing numbers in 100, because everyone has people they can talk to. Thank you so much for your time. Please have a good evening.